For 25 years, I've been working in India, building up the movement Navdanya, both to save every seed we can find, 3,000 rice varieties, hundreds of wheat varieties, beans of every kind, vegetables, and also resisting unjust law in the footsteps of Gandhi. We call it the seed satyagraha, like Gandhi's salt satyagraha. But this year, across the world, the push for these unjust laws is reaching new extremes. Seeds that farmers have evolved and bred. Now the corporations are passing laws in Europe, in France, in Germany, to collect royalties from farm-saved seed and farmers' varieties, on the argument that we need to destroy the small farmer and hand over all our future to a few corporations. In the US, the Congress is trying to pass laws so that no court can ever rule against a GMO and no government agency can ever do an assessment of genetic engineering. In India, they're trying to pass a biosafety law which would leave the corporations free and throw activists like us into jail for questioning genetic engineering. Genetic engineering has been made the new god. The corporations have been made the new emperors. And that is why we have decided this year to launch a global alliance for seed freedom, which for us means both the freedom of the seed, the diversity of the seed to exist, but also the freedom of the farmers to be able to save, grow, exchange seed in freedom as they have since the beginning of agriculture and as they should if we have to have food security. But it is also the freedom of the eater. If we have corporate control on the seed, it's not just the farmers who are controlled. Every citizen is controlled, because then all you have is GM corn, GM soya, GM canola, and if they like to get you a patented pumpkin, a patented squash, a few vegetables that will bring them profits, in shapes that will bring them profits, because they don't breed for our health. They don't breed for our taste. They breed to put stuff on trucks for long distance transport. So I call it breeding rocks, because that fruit never rots and life decays. Life is born and life decays. So they're breaking the cycle of life in colonizing the seed. And our movement, a campaign for of the Global Seed Alliance, we are launching it this year, but we will not stop it till we stop patenting on seed, we stop breeders' monopolies, we stop the lie that these seeds are feeding the world, when 80% of the food even today is coming from the small peasant farms where diversity is bred. Till we find our real freedom, we're not going to stop. The first thing we are doing is to bring the experience of movements around the world together, because seed saving has been a very intimate experience. In a particular valley, people have saved their particular seeds. But while seed saving must always stay local, our Alliance for Global Freedom for the Seed has to be international. We are preparing a report to bring these experiences together, both of seed saving as well as the defense of the seed. The defense of the seed through cases we have fought in India, defense of the seed like the kokopelli case in Europe. Each of these cases is very, very important to wake the public up to know what perverse laws are being forced on us. The actions we hope people will engage in are exchanging seed that the governments say is not legal, planting seeds that the government says is not registered. Well, Pachamama registered it, our ancestors registered it. To us, that's all that counts. Pachamama and the people who went before us, they did not make mistakes. If they passed it, it's the right seed, and we will not allow it to be turned illegal. We're calling on people to follow Gandhi, who said an unjust law must not be obeyed. And seed monopoly laws, which claim the corporations are creators of seed, is both the most brutal as well as the most unjust law possible. So we call on people to not cooperate with these laws. And these laws have only one objective: how to stop farmers from saving seed and exchanging seed. So we're calling on people to start seed banks around the world, to exchange seed freely and reclaim this freedom. But we're also calling people to protest at patent offices, to protest against government offices that are passing these laws, politicians that are hand in glove with the corporations, and to protest against the corporations, which are only 5, so our work is much easier, because if they were thousands, we'd have a more difficult time. Monsanto makes our work easier by wanting to be the only giant, and Syngenta and a few others. We're also asking people to start sharing knowledge and information, particularly on the issue that all these monopolies are based on one assumption, that handing over power to corporations is necessary for food security. But it is the basis of food insecurity. So look at your own farming systems. Look at how much health and nutrition they're giving you. Look at how the green deserts of soya in Argentina are creating a new kind of hunger. Look at how the United States, supposed to be the grain basket of the world, has one in every 7 people hungry today. This is not a food secure future. So we're asking people on World Food Day, which is 16th of October, relish your foods, relish the freedom of your food from the freedom of your seed. Have picnics, have food sharing, and also have conventions and protests to say food security rests in the hands of peasants, particularly women, holding their ancient seeds in custody for future generation. It does not lie in the hands of 5 corporations whose only aim is greed and control. Nourishment comes from love and generosity, not from exploitation and domination.